Well, sometimes I read through your comment sections and obviously I really find out want to reply. And today it's all about Bashiru Sendagire, and we are here to really reply to you. Your question is Rasmus Hojlund injured? That is the big question you threw up in the comment section, and we decided to pick it up and obviously back it with facts that have been given to us by correspondents of Manchester United as far as Rasmus Hojlund is really concerned. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. No, United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And I would love to see close to 300 likes smash on this video, and continue to subscribe because we are just limited subscribers away from hitting 15,000 subscribers onto this beautiful YouTube channel of ours that has been grown from the first subscriber to the last subscriber by you, the fans of Manchester United. We are going to talk about Rasmus Hojlund, strictly what Rasmus Hojlund said, especially on his Instagram after what United put up onto their website. What really gave United green light to sign an injured player, that is Rasmus Hojlund. And Samuel Lucas is on this. Erik ten Hag has gone ahead and really issued lots of updates as to why they've gone ahead to sign him. A little bit of under Herrera on how the team of United have gone ahead to improve ever since Erik ten Hag really came in through. Now, those are the stories we're going to talk about, and I hope you guys are really going to enjoy it. But this video is dedicated to Bashiru Sendagire, who obviously asked me whether Rasmus Hojlund is injured, and he would come. Now, no sooner had he been announced as a United player than Samuel Lucas put out this. Hojlund sustained a small issue during preseason training with Atalanta, so he's not ready to play. Manchester United say it could take a few weeks for him to reach match fitness. He traveled to London for extensive examinations on Thursday after a concern was flagged during the first medical. Now, we are all asking ourselves, why was it that this medical of Rasmus Hojlund is really taking long? Because he touched into Manchester on Tuesday, and we expected him to be undergoing his medical on Wednesday, but I think he touched into Manchester on Tuesday and he went to Carrington straight. I think it was Wednesday, right? Yeah. He underwent his medical, and we're asking ourselves why this medical is really taking long. But we finally get the answer, because his medical was accomplished on Thursday in the evening, and he found himself in a situation of passing it. But United found a little bit of a glitch into his medical, especially the first part, and they said he had to go for an extensive examination on Thursday in London, where experts were to see that whether this injury is really serious or not. And they found this injury as something non-serious, and they decided that they're going to keep the player at Man United, because you don't sign a player whose injury is really surging at £72 million. And after that, they really unveiled him. But having unveiled him, he's not going to be part of the United team anytime from now, because he's really injured and he needs to obviously train harder to see that he gets himself back to the levels that we want him to be. Meaning that in the game of Wolves, he might not be part of it, and we might see the same team that started against Atletico Bilbao start again Wolverhampton Wanderers at Old Trafford. That is it, coming in from the club of Manchester United. And when Samuel Lucas, the correspondent of United for the Manchester Evening News, comes out and really puts out a story, who has gone ahead to give him that story. It's all about the club of Manchester United. I've gone ahead to give him that story, and the confirmation was given to him by the club to let out that news that Rasmus Hojlund is not going to be ready to play part into the season of Manchester United as it commences on Monday. That is next week, on the 14th. That's when we are playing Wolverhampton Wanderers at Old Trafford. And on Friday, obviously the manager is going to come in through with his first season press conference, and we're going to be told what the plans are for the likes of Antoine Martial. Are they back? Are they going to get ready? So either they play some good games for the club of Manchester United. All that and more will be down to the manager, Erik ten Hag. But it's really good to see that the injury is not all that serious, but the fact is the player was signed with a minor injury, and we've seen some players being signed by minor injuries. I saw Fabio Vieira signed by minor injury. Ilkay Gundogan, who has been one of the speculative players at Man City, who helped them win a treble, was signed while he was still on his clutches from Borussia Dortmund. So it shows you how good the player was. And certain good players, when they come in with injuries, they're obviously kept at the club, treated, and obviously so that they really get the best out of them. But I think he's not an injury-prone player, and is going to obviously get us to the levels we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. Now, after that was re-released and the official video announced, Rasmus Hojlund took to Instagram and said, "Let's get started. So happy to be part of the biggest club in the world. I want to say a huge thank you for your warm welcome at Old Trafford." And he was welcomed warmly at Old Trafford, and he told to the fans, "Please, thank you for obviously welcoming me like that, and I won't let you down." Obviously, Old Trafford has always been a stadium that this young man has gone ahead to dream, to play at, and finally his dreams have gone ahead to come to pass. And guess who has gone ahead to see them come to pass? It's Erik ten Hag, who obviously was following him for some long time. And obviously, he found himself in a situation of playing for the club of Manchester United. And that is it. Erik ten Hag and Rasmus Hojlund. After Rasmus Hojlund put pen to paper, and ten Hag was really excited to have him at the club of Manchester United. That is Rasmus Hojlund for you, and is doing wonders. And we anticipate him to be really one of the great players that the club of United have gone ahead to sign, because we've always missed out on that typical number 9 who is really talented for some good years, especially in the age of Rasmus Hojlund. Ten Hag too spoke to Man United media about the player, that is Rasmus Hojlund, and these were his words. He said, "Very direct to the goal and has a physical presence in the balance of the squad. We need that. Alongside Hojlund, another player who is direct and score a goal. He wants to score goals. He has such huge potential." So when Ten Hag talks about huge potential, you really understand what his standards are. His standards are really high. Now, for those who did watch the previous preseason of 2022 in Thailand, Melbourne, Australia, and Perth, we all expected that maybe Zidane Igbo or Charlie Savage, one of those, was going to get into that team. Surprisingly, none of those got into the team of Erik ten Hag. Do you know why? The standards he sets are really high. They are really high that it's hard for players to meet. That's why you saw to it that Kobe Menu came in through, and we are all shocked. Though he really got an injury, it showed you that Ten Hag was really ready to it that he plays him the double pivot of Manchester United at the start of the season, especially in the games that we're going to play against teams like Wolverhampton Wanderers, Tottenham Hotspur, and so on and so forth. So if he's calling Rasmus Hojlund a player with huge potential, just know he has been really monitoring him for some time, and he went ahead to really tell the club, "Get me that young man, because I think he can obviously meet our standards." And the club wouldn't say no to the request of Erik ten Hag, because for his first summer spend, he obviously got in players that most of them really hit the ground running. And I think nobody has gone ahead to get a success rate of these signings at Manchester United post the Sir Alex Ferguson era. All of the managers into that level are really trying to get in players like Schneiderlin, Swanson Buster Tiger, Memphis Depay. When we look at Louis van Gaal, I think Antoine Martial had a very fast, brilliant season. He scored 17 goals. Damian, not that impressed. I think Luke Shaw. Who else? Memphis Depay. Even Jose Mourinho, he never had really a very good signing. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not really. And I think for him, he has gone ahead to bring in 5 players in his first summer, and almost all of them have been doing well. Lisandro Martinez, Eriksson, Malacia, Anthony, and who is the Casemiro. He signed those 5 players, and almost they really came up and really gave us the best that we deserve as the club of Manchester United. So Ten Hag added on and said about Rasmus Hojlund signing that it's all that is in his Hojlund mind. He wants to score goals. I think Hojlund has a huge potential, and now it's up to him to exploit it, and we will support him, all the coaches and the team. And it's all about polishing this raw diamond that Ten Hag is going to have to get in from the side of Atalanta, and we've gotten him expensively. That's why most pundits have gone ahead to slate him there and then, but I really believe that Ten Hag will come in through and obviously get the best out of this player, because he believes that the coaches are really ready to obviously get him to the levels we want to be. Now, Ten Hag concluded and said we need hungry players, and Hojlund is a player who is so determined to score goals and win games and trophies. Now, if you really rewind back the tape, when Ralf Rangnick was speaking after we lost, was it 5-0? Was it 4-0 to Liverpool at Anfield? He came out and said that United needed what we call an open heart surgery. That open heart surgery needed players on the first contracts because they would give the best to the club, because they will know that they are playing to really get money increased and obviously impress at the club, because they're going to have to be signed. He also talked about us getting hungry players. He even hinted about why United went ahead to spend £35 million on Amad Diallo and £10 million on Pelestri, yet they needed a CDM. So he was really on point, and Ten Hag has gone ahead to get in players that are on their first contracts, most of them really young in age, and they're really willing to give the club the best that they deserve. And that's the hunger he's talking about, obviously, especially Rasmus Hojlund. The hunger is really huge. And if at all you put in consideration that he's a United supporter, then you anticipate that he's going to really have what we call one of the best seasons at the club of Manchester United. That is Rasmus Hojlund. Now, leaving Rasmus Hojlund there and talking about the young players Ten Hag is going to have to sign, Lisandro Martinez, he came in at 25 years of age, now he's 26. Anthony is 22. Malacia is now 23. I think it's Casemiro who is 31, and Eriksson who is 31, but at 31, a player can obviously get you more 3-4 years, if at all he's really top class and obviously manages his body very well. And Casemiro and Eriksson, we know that they are good at that, and they are going to handle their bodies very well to be like the likes of Luka Modric, playing towards the age of 40 at Real Madrid. Now, this time around, is going to have to bring Andy Onana, 27 years of age, is the goalkeeper. He's at his prime, because goalkeepers can even be in goal until 37. You can see Andrew Onana in goal until some good years, when he's almost going to hit 40. Then the other player, Mason Mount, 24 years of age. That's it. Rasmus Hojlund, 20 years of age. Sofian Amrabat, the player that United are targeting next, is 26 years of age. So that is it. And Ten Hag is obviously filling up his puzzle as soon as possible. And Herrera, he said the following before they played Man United in Dublin, because he was at Old Trafford on Saturday when United beat our Syrians by 3-1, and he said, of course, it touches me. It means that I've done something good at the club. I always give everything on the pitch. I was proud to be a Man United player. I watched the game yesterday, and the second half was fantastic at OT. I'm optimistic. Last season, United improved a lot. Now, we improved a lot, and Ten Hag has been backed, and more players have been brought into the club of Manchester United, anticipating a lot of movement at the club of Manchester United as far as chasing for trophies are really concerned. So guys, your thoughts on Rasmus Hojlund injury are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Erik Ten Hag's words about Rasmus Hojlund and Ander Herrera praising the club of Manchester United? I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living to God bless you abundantly. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Laufikum. And let us kickstart the week with power and under the guidance of God and Allah. Ciao, ciao.